day before Thanksgiving. The Hoppers awoke one late November morning, and the snow was falling outside. They jumped out of their beds and ran to the window. "Come downstairs, Hoppers," called Mother Hopper. "There's a letter here for you." The Hoppers dashed downstairs. "Let me read it," yelled Spatty-Legs. "Let me read it," shouted Fluffy-Ears. "I want to read it," hollered Fluffy-Tail. A letter," said Snubby-Nose, and he jumped up and down. "I will read it," said Mother Hopper. She read the letter aloud. "Dear Hoppers, I invited you all to come to my house in the woods to spend Thanksgiving Day. Your lovely Grandpa Grizzly." Thanksgiving at Grandpa Grizzly's. "Hooray!" shouted Snubby-Nose. "Now it's time to bubble up to go to school," said Mother Hopper. "It's cold outside and snowing hard." Outside the wind blew and the snow fell. The four Hoppers put on their warm coats, mittens, hats, and skates. "This is the biggest snowstorm I have ever seen," said Spatty-Legs. "The snow already come halfway up to the windows," said Fluffy-Ears. "Let's get our sled out," said Snubby-Tail. "We can sled to school." The Hoppers got their sled and looked turns pulling each other on it. They sled all the way to school. The snow was very deep and the wind was very cold. Once they were in school, the snow came down harder and harder. By noon, the students could not see across the road. "Oh dear," said the teacher. "I think we will have to have a snow day. After lunch, you must all go home." After lunch, the Hoppers ran out of the school to find the sleds, but the snow had become so deep that they couldn't find it. "Our sled is buried," said Fluffy-Tail. "We have to walk home," said Spatty-Legs. The four Hoppers walked bravely through the snowstorm. At first, they played in the snow. They threw snowballs and made snow angels. Snubby-Nose tried with his tongue, but tried to catch the falling snowflakes with his tongue. But the snow was so deep that they became very tired. Fluffy-Ears fell into a snowdrift, and the other Hoppers had pulled her out. Then Snubby-Nose slipped and fell and hurt his chin. He cried a little bit, so Spatty-Legs carried him. All the time it grew colder and colder. "We are lost," cried Fluffy-Tail. "I think it's beginning to get dark," mourned Fluffy-Ear. "And the snow just keeps coming down," said Spatty-Legs. "We missed Thanksgiving at Grandpa Grizzly's house," said willing Snubby-Nose. It was very cold, and the Hoppers all stood in a circle, trying to keep warm. The wind blew, and snow fell all around. Suddenly they heard a loud burning noise, and they saw a bright light coming toward them. "What's that?" cried Snubby-Tail. "It's a train," said Fluffy-Ears. "It's a truck," yelled Spatty-Legs. "We will be run over," said Snubby-Nose. The light and the rumble stormed right in front of the Hoppers. "Bless my fur," called a voice from behind the light. Here are 4 Hoppers." out in a lizard. It's Grandpa Grizzly's in his big snowball, said Snubby-Nose. We are safe. All four hoppers left inside Grandpa Grizzly's snowball. They sat up high, while the blow brushed a path through the snowstorm. It carried them all the way back home. Go and get Mother and Papa Hopper's Betty Legs, called Grandpa Grizzly, and tell them to pack their overnight bags. You can stay at my house tonight. We will sit by the fire and have hot cocoa, and tomorrow we will have a big Thanksgiving feast. Hooray! Shouted Snubby-Nose. Spatty Legs rushed into the house and brought Mother and Papa Hopper as fast as he could. All the hoppers rode Grandpa Grizzly's snowball to his house. Inside, Grandpa Grizzly's has a warm fire and hot cocoa. There were 6 bedrooms and with Snub Feather's bed. The next day, they all had a wonderful Thanksgiving feast. This is the end of the story. Goodbye.